Okay, there's that mean bad guy. Let's stay out of his way. I can at least tell that he has health, and we're going to avoid getting hurt, and he will ram into that stone and hurt himself, and we can tell how close he is to being done for. Okay, run away. Boom. He is gone. Welcome back to LewyT Amusement Academy, Part 21. In Part 20, we made the bat character be able to hurt himself if he crashed into that stone over there. And the next logical step in my mind is that we should be able to see his health. So if he is full health, we would see the bar, and then as he gets hurt, the bar will get smaller. So that's what we're going to do today. So for this kind of floating health bar on a enemy, I like using the CodeMonkey health system. I don't currently have it installed on this project. However, I do have it in my assets, so I'm going to search for it in there. If you don't have it already in your assets, then I will have a link to the asset in the Unity Asset Store, the description of this video. So here it is. I'm going to import into the project. If you get this script updating message, you can click yes. You can either click the yes for these and anything that might be found later, or just for these. Okay, now that we've got the package, we'll go to the project, and there's CodeMonkey Health System, Prefabs, and the one that says PF Health Bar UI World Canvas. That's the one we want. I'm going to drag that onto our bat. Okay, so let's just open up the bat. And there's our health system object. Now, one thing to remember, the bat was originally a very small character, and we scaled it up like 40x. So we also need to scale down this health bar so that it's not just way too big. So there's a couple different ways to do this. You can use the scale. Let's just see if we can do a 0.1. I'm going to back up a little bit. Okay, there it is. It's like it is still way too big. Okay, 0.01. At least it's not covering everything, but it's still way too big. Let's try 0.001. I'm going to put it at 0, 0 so that it's centered. And then we'll move it up a little bit. Maybe 0.05 would be okay, by 4. And then inside this, in the hierarchy, there's the health bar UI child object, and it has a health bar UI script. We don't actually need this script, so I'm going to right click and remove component. Now, this script is perfectly fine in lots of use cases, but we've already got our character script that handles the health. This is CodeMonkey's own system, so we're going to use our system instead, but we'll use the CodeMonkey bar. However, we do want our health bar to always be facing the camera so that it's not like you see it edge on and then you can't really tell what it's showing. So in that health bar UI, add a new component, and it's going to be called Look at Camera. This is actually inside the CodeMonkey's system to make it look at the camera. Okay, and we go back to the hierarchy and expand this out again. The object called bar, that is the red part that represents the actual health. We have on our bat character, we have this character script. And when we made our player character slime, we used that. It was a circular health bar in the UI. This time, it's this bar that we're going to attach to our health. And so inside the bat yellow character component, there's the health bar image. We want to drag this bar into that health bar image. Okay, so now that will allow the character script to tell that bar image how full it is. Now let's go ahead and try this out. This is going to not quite look exactly right, but I just want to show you what just doing this much gets most of the way to our goal of having this health bar that shows for the character. Okay, here we go. So there's our bat. He's got a health bar. We're going to hide behind a tree, let him crash into stuff. You can see the health bar is going down. However, the health bar didn't quite look at 100% to begin with. Okay, here's the problem. In the bat character script itself, we have health at 30, max health at 100. So it was accurately displaying 30% of the health. So we'll set it to 100 and 100. And I want the enemy charge action damage to be a little bit more so we don't have to hit the rock 10 times. We'll do it 30 as the damage amount. Okay, there's our bat character. We're going to trick him into running into this rock. There he did. You can see that he hurt himself. Health bar seems a little bit backwards, like it's going from the left to the right. And that is easy to fix. In this fill origin, there's left and there's right. So we're going to pick right. There may be another way to do it also. Okay, there he is. We're going to do that again. Yes, now it's taking away from the right side and staying on the left side. Okay. You might have noticed that as we hide behind the stone pillar, that we can't even see the health bar in its entirety. We have to go look around the side to see if it's actually changed. You might have seen other games where a health bar is actually visible through other objects. So it's like in front of everything so that you can tell what it is, even if it would have otherwise been obscured partially. Now there's a few ways to do this, but I like using a second camera for the health bars. So we're going to go up to the camera, and the camera is actually in this nested parent capsule unpack. If you've been following along with our series, there's this main camera, and you can right click on it and create another camera right there. And we can call this UI camera. Now we need to change its render type. So on the camera, I go down to render type. It's the very first thing in camera, render type. Instead of base, we're going to call it overlay. Now in the rendering section, there's a culling mask option. And we want to exclude everything except the UI layer so that it only displays the UI. We also want our field of view to make sure that our field of view is the same as our other camera, because this is supposed to be displayed over the just over in front of everything, and so you want everything to line up. So on this one, the field of view is 60. Let's go back to the main camera. Field of view is 40. So I like that 40. I'm going to go change the UI camera also to 40. So that way they line up. If you don't change this, things will look kind of strange. The health bar will not always be positioned over the character correctly. Another important thing is this audio listener. In the UI camera, we don't need an audio listener because we already have one in the main camera. And in fact, this will cause errors. So let's just remove that. Now back in the main camera, because we now have a specialized camera just for the UI of the health bars, we can make sure that we exclude that from the camera. We go to the culling mask of the main camera, and instead of everything, we just uncheck UI. So it's everything except UI. Now there's a stack section. In the main camera, we want to add our UI camera as part of its own stack. So it's just, you click the plus, and you click the one UI camera. Okay, now let's try it out and let's see how it looks. Okay, there's our character with its health bar. I'm going to hide behind this thing, and we can still see the health bar. And so we don't have to go peeking around to see what the health bar looks like. He's backing up and ramming in and getting hurt. There we go. That's our enemy health bar system. Okay, there's that mean bad guy. Let's stay out of his way. I can at least tell that he has health, and we're going to avoid getting hurt, and he will ran into that stone and hurt himself, and we can tell how close he is to being done for. Okay, run away. Boom. He is gone. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching LewyT Amusement Academy Part 21. If you learned something down here in my lab, please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends, enemies, frenemies, and even your nemesis. Next time we will learn how to attack the enemy